The following screencast will walk you through the interactive job aid for student research created by Lindsay, Amanda, and Leisha for LDT 700. The problem. In middle and high school, students are expected to conduct effective online research. With the abundance of information available on the internet, this can be quite a challenge. How do you make sure to yield the results you want? How can you sort through reliable and unreliable sources? How do you give credit where credit is due? Medium selection and development. Identifying this common struggle among our students, we conducted a needs assessment in order to determine the best approach to solving this problem. Based on the needs assessment, we concluded that an interactive job aid would be the most effective support. We developed a performance support tool using ThingLink for our students to use during the research process. This highly interactive job aid contains 8 mini job aids within it, one for each step of the online research. Each mini job aid was specifically designed to support students in completing the specified task effectively. In selecting the medium, we chose an online job aid since it can be assumed that all students will have internet access if they will be conducting internet research. The intent is to have the job aid easily accessible to students anytime they are conducting online research. The ThingLink can be accessed as a link, embedded into a classroom website. ThingLink will be accessible on mobile devices when viewed from the ThingLink site or when embedded in any site that supports mobile view. Design. The steps needed in order to complete the task of online research are the basis of the graphic organizer we developed. However, listing the steps will not give students sufficient support in effectively completing the research process. Interactive elements such as checklists, brief tutorials, infographics, and websites that support each step were incorporated into the performance support tool. Let's take a look at the job aid in action. The sample we are viewing is the job aid embedded into a science teacher's website for her students to use during the research process. As you can see, hovering over each of the dots yields more information on that topic. Step 1 is developing a research question, thesis, or topic statement. When you hover over the dot, you can link to an infographic that covers the steps students are to follow when writing the research question or thesis statement. The infographic reviews each part of the process. Its purpose is to provide a quick and simple visual reference that serves as a reminder of each step. Step 2 is to identify keywords and choose search terms. Students need to understand how to derive their research search terms and keywords from their research question, topic statement, or thesis statement. In order to show the relationship between the research questions and the search terms, they can view a visual diagram of how to break down and analyze the topic statement and develop key and effective search terms. Step 3 is to test the search terms to see if they yield results related to your topic and revise as needed. Testing search terms is a process that often requires constant revision in order to garner desired results. For this reason, a flowchart was linked to this step in order to show the process of writing search terms, testing, editing, and retesting until the desired information is gathered. Step 4 is to evaluate the website's credibility. This step links to a Prezi that walks students through a 5-part process asking specific questions surrounding the 5 W's. Each part includes a checklist of questions to ask. Rather than have 5 checklists, the Prezi helps to organize the checklists around the central topic, but also allows students to refer back to them by clicking on a specific one. A link to a comprehensive checklist that students can use is included at the end. Step 5 is to take notes and gather information from the website. Note-taking is one of the most important steps of the research process. During note-taking, students collect the meat of their research papers. A Google slide presentation is linked to the step, which includes information detailing the note-taking process, including tips for setting up notes and information regarding using direct quotes versus paraphrasing. Here's a quick look at the note-taking for research tutorial. The last slide of the presentation includes a link to a Google document that will provide a framework for note-taking. Students will be able to copy this document and use it during their own research. Here's a look at the document. Step 6 is to synthesize information from the various sites and determine the best way to share results. This step links to an infographic that visually represents how students will organize the research they have gathered and export it into structured information. Synthesizing is a high-level skill, and this visually rich infographic will help students understand the meaning behind synthesis. We used an environmental metaphor where notes are represented by raindrops. The research question is represented by the sun, and the results of synthesis are represented with a plant to help convey the complexity and the importance of synthesizing information to create a new product. A step-by-step tutorial on the infographic is also provided. Step 7 is to ensure that direct quotes and paraphrased information is properly cited to avoid plagiarism and to verify that copyright laws are not violated for photos and videos students may use. This step has a list of links that can support certain issues that arise during both the citation process and when checking to make sure they are following copyright laws. You can see there's a link to Google Advanced Search and links to the Purdue Online Writing Lab for information about paraphrasing and direct quotes. Step 8 is to create proper citations through the inclusion of a works cited. There are many existing resources on the web with extensive information regarding creating a works cited page. Links are provided here to both the Purdue Online Writing Lab Works Cited page and citationmachine.net, which are some of the best resources available for helping students create a works cited. Here's a look at Purdue OWL's Online Writing Lab Works Cited page that we're linking students to. We suggest linking this interactive job aid in a variety of classroom resources. Instructors may choose to link the job aid to or embed the job aid into a class homepage, within a class learning management system, or on the assignment page for the project, or in all of the above locations. Students should be able to easily access the job aid while researching and be reminded of its existence and location multiple times throughout the research process. The interactive job aid should be thoroughly introduced to students before beginning a research process. We suggest that the instructor demonstrate how to access the links on the ThingLink and review the steps of the research process. Students should also receive time to explore the job aid and become familiar with accessing the information. This will increase the likelihood that students will access the job aid during the research process. Younger students may benefit from daily reminders regarding their location on the research staircase and the resources available. Older or more experienced students may only need the job aid introduction and access to the link for the duration of the research project. Instructors with students new to the research process may also choose to use the links on the interactive job aid as direct teaching tools prior to completing each stage of the research process. If you would like to access the Thing link directly or further explore, please visit the link posted in the presentation spreadsheet.